everyone, welcome. Today I want to talk about ways that you can improve auditory processing, which we've been talking about for a while now. So ways that you can improve auditory processing at home. This is, really important because it addresses so many issues related to ADHD, learning disabilities, dyslexia, even issues that kind of like autism spectrum, and all of those overlapping issues that we so often see. So it is often one of the areas of malfunction related to all of these learning and behavior issues. So you can try to build the skills all you want that you would like to see in your child, but if you're not addressing auditory processing, it's going to feel futile in terms of what you are actually doing. And that's something I really look at auditory processing in the Full Potential Formula, the program that I do with clients. And it's something that I see a lot with parents who have, spent all this money, they've done all the work, they've tried this, they've tried that, and their child, it just has lower self-esteem than before and has higher anxiety, behaviors either the same or worse. And there hasn't been a whole lot in terms of how to actually improve or even correct auditory processing, just a focus on managing or mitigating at best, if that at all. So if you're not addressing auditory processing, that is the foundation of those skills that you actually want to develop in your child, whether that's following directions, listening better, being able to understand what's going on in class, and so forth. So basically this is very much in the research, in the scientific literature, as well as in a lot of programs that focus on correcting the root cause. So today I'm going to give you my 4 tips. I'm going to give you 4 more tips later on this week on what you can do at home. I'm going to forewarn you, they're not the fastest tips in terms of, in my program, I have approaches that involve technology and so forth that help to accelerate that, because so many of these kids are already behind and need something a little quicker. But if you are either suspecting auditory processing issues or you want to try something, then here are my 4. So without further ado, number 1 is, start going out in nature with your child, whether it's going for a walk. You don't even have to tell them what you're doing. And have them focus in on a particular sound. So as we know, sometimes with kids who have auditory processing issues, they have trouble filtering out background noise from foreground noise. So what you want to do is get them to focus on one particular sound in nature. Like maybe it's a windy day and there's birds chirping and there's bugs and there's other stuff going on. And this could be downtown as well. You don't have to be in a forest. But where there's an area or environment where there's several different noises, if you will, going on, and have them try and focus in on that one noise. And that will help to train over time, will help to train their brain to distinguish between background noise and, foreground noise. The other game that you can play with them, and again, don't tell them this is like a cognitive therapy, because that's where we lose kids, right? Tell them it's a game. Get some like Tupperware containers, whether it's like containers from the store or whatever, with a cap. Fill up the containers with different small but different items. So maybe one container has a whole bunch of rice, one container has, a whole bunch of screws, maybe another one has macaroni, maybe another one has beads, another one has Legos. You just look around your house in terms of tiny little objects that you have. To start, let them know what the objects are, that you're going to put it in different containers. And then you're going to have them close their eyes. They don't know what is in what container. And then you just shake the container and you have them guess by the sound what little objects is in which container based on, you shaking it. If you want to add a level of challenge as you move through this, then you would start off by not telling them what's in any of the containers. They have no idea. They just know there's these containers, and they've got to try to guess what is in the container based on what sound it makes when you shake it. Number 3. This is actually part of a screening that I do whenever I screen clients in my office. And that is either, click your fingers, or you could do a light clap. I find clicking works better. around their head, for example, not too close, but like maybe this distance. And you're going to have them close their eyes and you're going to you're going to have them point to where they are hearing the sound. And this can be a really good clue that your child's auditory processing is weak. It can even be a clue that there's one side of the brain or ear that's better than the other, because they might be able to guess better on this side where the sound is coming from versus this side, or vice versa. So you want to click in front, behind, to the side, and just have them guess or point to where the sound is coming from. Last one for today is have them clap a pattern. So I remember in grade school or elementary school, our music teacher doing this and other teachers doing this, right? Where they do a little whatever and then you have to copy it, and it seemed so stupid. And I remember even teachers doing it as we got older and being like, oh my goodness, are you kidding? And this can actually really help to train their ear. Because we know, for example, a lot of dyslexic children have a hard time distinguishing with timing, and some of them, I have quite a few clients who don't appreciate music. I don't mean all of them, but it's not uncommon because their timing is off and they just, have these different auditory issues. So one thing that you might want to do is have them listen and then copy clapping patterns. And this is also why having your child pick up a musical instrument can be so helpful and beneficial for them in terms of training their ear, their brain, and so forth. Learning a musical instrument is beyond, helpful in terms of brain training, brain development, and so forth, and improving learning, reading, and even behavioral difficulties like ADHD and autism spectrum. So I'm curious to know. I want you to post in the comments below whether you're watching it now or whether you're watching the replay. What one are you going to start trying? Which one can you try tonight at home with your child? And I would love if you could hop on in the group, if you haven't joined that Building Better Brains group, and let me know how it is going and how your child responds. And some of these, as I go through this week, you can possibly even do in the car and so forth whenever you're driving. It doesn't always have to be you're taking time aside. It can be part of your cooking in the kitchen. There's all kinds of sounds. Let's focus on one sound and so forth. Okay, so if you have not grabbed my free starter kit with the exercises and so forth, I'll post that in the comments below, and be sure to grab that. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or know someone who can benefit, please share. Thanks for watching.